Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Edson speaking to you, and I'm so happy. Um, I'm speaking to you live, and I hope to um, catch quite a number of you, and I hope to have a greater view of this video. And I would actually love to ask you that the moment you come across this video, please don't hesitate to share it, because I'm going to be discussing with you something very, very important, something very, very valuable, something that is going to help you build your life. So please, as soon as you come across this video, please don't hesitate to share it so that we can reach a greater audience. I'll be sharing with you this morning on a brief subject called um, creating time for the valuables. Okay, because many times I have come across people that actually, complain that they don't have time in life. You ask them, why don't you do this? They'll simply tell you, I don't have time. um, just before I continue, I would love to say thank you to all those that are liking the video. I do appreciate. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. There are quite a number of people that I have been able to see. I want to say thank you so much to my pastor in Moscow, Pastor Namdi. I'm so grateful, sir. Thank you so much. And I've also seen Remy Timothy Milambo. Thank you so much, sir. I'm so grateful. Please do send my regards to my mentor back home, Mr. Milambo. Yes, and thank you so much for everyone who's following. And let's get back to the topic. I'm talking about creating time for your valuables. Thank you so much, Muntanga. I'm so grateful to have you watching me live this morning. I'm talking about creating time for the valuables. Okay, and I want to be as brief as possible because this is a Sunday morning, and I'm sure most of you are preparing to go to church, and I should also be leaving for church in about an hour's time, so I have to be quick. And most times you ask people, why didn't you come to church? They will tell you, I was busy. Many times when you look at the reasons they will give you, and they are not even valuable reasons. And so this is why I hope to teach you on how to create time for your valuables in life. There are things that you value so much. There are things that you honor, and yet you just don't know how to create time for them. You just don't know how to make them blend into your schedule. Okay, now here's something you must take for yourself to begin with. No one really has time in life. You have to create it. What am I talking about? We all have 24 hours in a day. Time is the only asset that we have that is equally distributed among every one of us. It is the only asset that is of equal distribution among us all men. And so you must learn how to divide your time. You must learn how to plan your schedule. Okay. So no one really has time, and you've got to create it. If you want to do your studies, you've got to create that time. If you want to go to church, you've got to create that time. If you want to go for work, you've got to create that time. I hope you are following. Thank you so much, Remy, for that comment. I'm so grateful. Now, here's something that I've come to discover in life, which you must understand. Where purpose is not known, everything becomes valuable. Where you have no purpose, everything becomes valuable. You must understand that. It's very, very important. This is the reason why you find many people trying out different things. And sometimes you ask certain people, you have an appointment with someone, and that person comes late. You ask them, why did you come late? He or she will tell you, I overslept. I mean, when you have no purpose, you have no sense of purpose, even sleep becomes very valuable. Of course, sleep is important. But sometimes, you see, when you have no sense of purpose in life, you end up exaggerating the amount of value that something has. You know, there are some people that honor sleep more than necessary. It is because they lack a sense of purpose. So you must take note of this. Where purpose is not known, everything becomes of value. When you discover the true purpose of something, you'll discover that it will become outstanding to you, and the value that you place on it will be true and equivalent to its original value. Let's go on. There are a lot of things that I would have loved to share with you, but I'm trying to be as brief as possible. So let me just take you to a few points so that I can conclude and show you how you can create time for your valuables. Here is something you must take note for yourself as I'm beginning to conclude. Thank you so much for those likes. I'm so grateful. Please, as you come into contact with this video, don't hesitate to share it. Let's try, and I would love us to reach a greater audience so that we can teach people how to be able to create time for their valuables. Thank you so much, Pastor Sir. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Pastor Sir. I do appreciate that following me this morning. So here are a few truths as we begin to conclude. Okay, creating time for your valuables will always demand amendments. You must understand that. For you to be able to create time for your valuables in life, you must be able and be willing to create amendments. Throw away what you no longer need and preserve what still holds its relevance. You will discover that as time goes by in life, certain things will begin to lose their relevance. For example, the old-time friends you had are no longer the same friends that you still have today. Of course, some of them. And some of them you have been able to grow with them, and you have been able to improve and build your lives together with them. They still hold their relevance. But some of them no longer have their relevance in your life. And some people still keep trying to go back to things that have lost relevance in their lives. So learn to throw away what has lost its relevance in your life and preserve that which still holds its relevance in life. Let's go a step further. Change is inevitable, but don't let it change you. Okay. Now, when I say change is inevitable and don't let it change you, I'm not talking about being dogmatic, being rigid. Of course, you must be flexible and adaptive. Now, when I say change is inevitable, but don't let it change you, I mean, don't let circumstances change. I mean, try to change or divert you from your focus in life. You should be able to maintain your focus. As you are going or as you are living life, okay, you must understand that change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. And I discovered this about 6 years ago. Actually, change is what sustains life. Once change comes to a halt, life comes to a halt. Wherever there is no change, there is no life. Wherever there is life, there is change. So change is inevitable, and it has its indispensable place in life. Don't try to run away from change. You must just know how to respond to change. This is very vital. So as change comes in life, you discover that your values will begin to change. And so you must learn to set your priorities with regard to your values. Make your commitments with regard to your values. If you make commitments that are not attached to your values, you may not be able to live by them. Now, one thing that is important for your greatness in life. If you ever plan to become great in life, you can't do away without commitment, rather. Commitment is inevitable to greatness. So learn to set your commitments with regard to your values. Thank you so much, Remy. I'm so grateful for that comment. Throw away what is irrelevant. That is true. Let's go a step further. Focus more on productivity than activity. Discard all unproductive activities. Remember, I'm teaching you or I'm trying to show you how to create time for your valuables. Because there are certain things that you value. You know them, they are very important, but you just don't know how you can do them. You just don't know how you can go about achieving them. And one of the things that you have to understand is that you must focus on productivity more than activity. There are certain activities that you keep on doing, yet they are not productive at all. For example, here is one common thing. You keep on attending certain meetings, and even after those meetings, you know that there is no value you are attaining from them, but you are just going there because of passing time. Certain activities are not necessary because they are not bringing productivity to life. So discard all unproductive activities and focus on activities that will bring value to you. And one of the activities that will bring value to you as an individual is going to church. So those of you that are watching this video, I would love to urge you, please don't miss church. Go there because it is more than just an activity. It is something that will build your life. It is something that will give you wisdom. Praise the Lord. Let's go a step further. You must understand that wherever there is an excuse, there lies an opportunity for growth and betterment. If you can learn to ignore your excuses for a moment, soon enough you will be able to experience the freshness of growth and the newness of experience. You must understand that. That is very, very vital. And also, don't debate, don't think, just swing into action. You will think in the action. Often, thinking should be done before getting to a decision. Now, here is what I mean. I'm saying don't debate, don't think, don't argue about it. Learn to swing in action. For example, there are certain times that you know you have to do something. And before, let me give you a common experience. For example, when I was in high school, there were times when I knew I was supposed to wake up and study. And I would set my alarm. And before, when the alarm rings, before I could wake up, I would start debating, should I wake up or should I wait for 10 minutes? The more you debate, the more you begin to think like that, the more you begin to argue within yourself, the more you compromise your passion and desire to swing into action. And at the end of the day, I would discover that I would not even wake up to study. Why? Because I debated. So this is the meaning of it when I say don't debate. Learn to swing into action. Don't think about it. Usually, thinking has to be done before you make the decision. So before you can make the decision, you must think. And after you have thought, then you can swing into action. You can rather, after you have thought, you arrive at the decision. And once you have made the decision, don't allow yourself to debate or think twice again. Learn to swing into action. Action is very important. Action is responsible for producing results. Knowing only is not important. So once you have discovered your valuable in life, what is that thing that you value? What is that thing that you have to do? Swing into action and begin to execute it. And one of the things I also want to mention to you, which is one of the last things right now, is that the arrival of a decision is usually the conclusion of a thought. It's very important. Take note of this. The arrival of a decision is the conclusion of a thought. So once you arrive at a decision, you must understand that you would have concluded your thoughts. That is very vital. So please learn to swing into action. Don't hesitate. Remember, there are certain things you just can't avoid doing in life, and you've got to do them. Those are the things I am calling right now your valuables. Thank you so much for those likes. Let's keep them coming, and please share this video. Share this link. Let people see it. Let people learn how to create value, how to create time rather for their valuables. Because a lot of people are stagnated in life. They just can't swing into action. They have this big idea within them. They have this big desire within them. They have this big passion within them, but they don't know how to swing into action and come into reality. Thank you, Brother Victor, for that like. I'm so grateful. So please, you must understand that creating time for your valuables rather, is a decision that you make. And I just shared with you that the arrival of a decision is the conclusion of a thought. Learn to be thoughtful in life. Learn to engage your mental faculties. So I'm so grateful. And before we can just close, I would love to ask you to do one simple thing for me. Just get to the comment box and just put a hashtag there called keep the inspiration. Just put hashtag and keep the inspiration. Okay, that is very simple. You just put hashtag and keep the inspiration so that everyone can keep the inspiration. That is one of my major focus in life. I would love to help people keep the inspiration. And I definitely know that me sharing with you this truth this morning will help you keep the inspiration in life, because there are certain times when we have certain things we value and it seems the passion is dying out, especially when we begin to face adversity and change. Change. You must understand that. Thank you, Brother Victor, for that hashtag. I'm so grateful. So everyone can help me do that. What Brother Victor has done, just put that hashtag for me, keep the inspiration, and share this link, share this video, so that a lot of people can see it and they too can learn how to be able to create value for to create time for their valuables. It is very important. You can't do away without time in life. Time management is life management. If you don't know how to create time for your valuables, you will never make any meaningful impact in life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cholwe. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you so much, Pastor Sir. I'm so grateful. Thank you. So, I hope you have had a great time. And right now, I'm gonna close. And I hope to meet you next Sunday again, just at the same time. And I may, or rather, I will continue with another topic, which I will be able to inform you on that particular day. So thank you so much for watching me, and remember to share the links so that we can teach people how to be able to create time for their valuables, so that those ideas that they have within them will not continue languishing, they will not continue perishing. We need people that will bring solutions to the world. The world is faced with so much adversity today. We don't just need invasions rather. We don't just need ideas that will just try and make people feel funny, people have pleasure. We need solutions, ideas that are going to bring solutions to real life problems. We have a lot of people that have serious challenges, and we don't need technologies that are just going to make people play around. We have a lot of games that are coming up today, and people are wasting a lot of time playing games, from morning till evening. If you are living like that, you may not be able to make the impact that you need. You must learn to evaluate your life, learn to realize what holds value in your life, and that is what you should give priority to. So thank you so much. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, and if you are going to church, remember to be early. Go there, because church is a place that will help you add value to your life. It is also a place that will help you realize your valuables in life and how you can flourish them and bring them to fruition. Thank you so much for the following and the liking, and for those of you that have been able to share the link, and those of you that are going to see this video after we are long done with the teaching, please remember also to share and put the hashtag keep the inspiration. We want to keep people inspired. That is our goal. That is our dream. That is our purpose. This was Edson Matunga speaking to you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed Sunday and a blessed week ahead of you. God bless you and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.